did a $1.25 tip and says, since you started a DSP Reacts channel, does this mean the interview is pushed back? So, the interview. What is he talking about? What are you talking about? The interview. What on earth are you speaking of? You're referencing something from, like, early November, right? Okay. Really quick. Back in early November, there was a lot of negativity towards me on the internet from a lot of other YouTubers and channels. All of a sudden, everyone was kind of dogpiling on me, saying, hey, DSP is kind of bad now, because it looks like every single stream, all he's literally doing is e-begging, and it's getting disgusting, and basically there's a lot of people, including Moist Critical, but others as well, who were kind of saying a lot of negative things about me. At that time, I said, I think that's unfair. If you really want to know the truth about me, why don't you interview me and actually have a chance to talk to me directly and ask me these questions rather than making unfair assumptions about me and my content? How about you have a man-to-man talk rather than just talking shit on your own avenues, right? Am I back? Looks like I'm back. The internet dipped and then came right back. There was a dip. There was a dip. And now I'm back. I should be fine. Can you hear me again? No sound. Can you hear me? All good? I'm good. There is sound. Okay. I don't know. I'm checking. I don't see. It looks like the internet dipped out for a second and came right back. I don't know what happened. Perhaps just a blip in the lines. Because it did show that it dropped completely and then came right back. Okay, are we good? Let's continue. So, basically what's happened is, since November, a couple things happened. A bunch of people contacted me for the interview. A bunch of people exposed themselves as scumbags on the internet, including a particular guy that goes by the name of Destiny, who literally told me that he was contacting me for a legit interview, only to reveal that, oh yeah, it was going to be a total trap and we were going to embarrass Phil and everything. So I'm glad that I was very skeptical in what I did, and to see who really are the legit people out there who are interested in covering issues, and the other people who are just scumbags looking to make a laugh and get a rise off of other people's misery. Alright? We really exposed certain people like Review Tech USA, Keemstar, and Destiny for who they really are. And then I got actually to see some legitimate people. Because I actually was contacted by quite a few different people who were legit and wanted to actually interview me. In fact, as of today, I still have 2 people who are very interested in interviewing me. Alright? But, what's happened? Okay? I'll tell you what's happened. Since early November, I changed my attitude. I'm not that kind of same guy talking constantly about the bullshit and the nasty stuff, the stupid shit. I stopped. I don't... If troll bait comes up, right? And someone brings up a trolling topic or whatever, I ignore it. Correct? I just, whatever, that's troll bait. Let's continue. And we just continue on positively, right? If people come in here and say, what happened to the interview? Why do I need an interview? Everything here is good. Take a look at my streams. Attendance is good. Support is good. People are having a great time. I don't care about what these idiots in their own detractor circle say. Who gives a shit about them? All I care about is that we're all here having a good time, having fun. And as long as I'm doing that and you guys are enjoying the content, then I'm doing my job. And you guys have overwhelmingly told me over the last few months, I'm doing a good job with this. And I stopped being the guy that's all about money, money, money. And you're happy about that and you like where things are going. Now I've made improvements. Look, the visuals are so much better. We got a Reacts channel going. So why now do I need to do an interview? I think we're doing good, right? So there's no interview. There's no point. If there comes a time when all of a sudden this crazy, you know, public opinion turns against me again, everyone's shitting on me for unfair reasons, and I feel like we need a public clarification of that stuff, then we'll do it. But I just find it funny that the people who were calling me out, and when I finally said, hey, let's do an interview, immediately shut up. Let's just put it that way, because there are some people who are very vocal negatively about me, and then the moment that I call them out and says, well, if you really don't like me, why don't you talk to me about it and we can figure it out? Oh, no, I'm not interested in that. All right, well, then keep my name out of your mouth. It's either you give me a fair shake or you stop shitting on me. You know what I'm saying? Because you always notice people who shit on me mostly are people above me, 2 people who are much bigger than me. That's punching down, man. It's fucked up. I don't need your shit. You know, I got enough shit in my life. I don't need people punching down at me. So either give me a fair shake or don't. But since they've shut up about it, I guess I don't need to bother with it either. Okay? So that's my opinion. I'm not really interested in doing an interview. There you go.
That's really what we should be thinking about right now, right? How about no? How about you're a jackass, and I'm not going to interview with you because you're a jackass? Just like you proved how many years ago, my first interaction with you, I'm streaming on Twitch, right? And I'm playing a video game, and you raid my stream to talk about buying a car. Had nothing to do with what I was doing on stream or anything. Like, what? Like, there's some people out there who how do you not understand your content is jackass content? Like, right? Like, what are you talking? This is what they put out on the internet. It's just amazing. The funniest part about it was when he said, and then again, I think that this is misconstrued because someone was talking to him and saying that Phil didn't want to come on your interview with you because he doesn't like your interview style. And he said, well, if I'm going to give you exposure, if I'm going to give you a venue or exposure, an opportunity to get views on the internet because you're on my show, then you have to settle into my style. You have to accept how I do things. I actually completely 100% agree with that statement, which is why I actually decided I didn't want to interview with him because I just didn't like his interview style, and I wasn't going to ask him to change his style for me. I thought that would be so incredibly over the top, full of myself to say, wow, I'm so over important. I want an interviewer to change the way they interview just for me. That sounds pretty greedy and egotistical, doesn't it? At the same time, the very funny part was when he says, if I'm going to give you an opportunity to like have a big audience, Destiny does not have a giant audience. He doesn't. He thinks he's big shit. He's not some big guy. All right. He has this audience, this isolated audience that very much likes him, but he's not some ginormous guy. He thinks he is, I guess. Like, he's no giant podcaster. He doesn't have millions upon millions of views, but I guess he has a very vocal audience that makes him think that he's bigger than he is, you know, and more power to him. He's much bigger than me. Let him enjoy his audience or whatever. But the way that he answered that question was like, oh, well, if I'm going to give Phil an opportunity, he should be so grateful for this giant audience. Like, literally no one in Destiny's audience is anyone who I care about or would want to appeal to watch my content. The shit he puts out there, one day, just give you a win. Again, you could like his content, that's fine. It's just not for me. One day, on a whim, I clicked on a Destiny stream. All right, he was live streaming. I said, I just want to see what it is. I clicked on it, okay? And it's him with a bunch of people doing virtual date interviewing or something. It was the most shitty piece of garbage I've ever seen on the internet. And that's fine. I'm sure that's one piece of content he puts out. But I watched it for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And I was like, I would never go back to this guy's channel. This is worse than the lowest of the low, bottom of the barrel reality TV schlock. And that's what, the kind of content he puts out. And I was like, no wonder when he wanted to come on my stream to talk about it's a buyer's market for cars, ha ha ha, or whatever it was, he thought that this was like the biggest thing and everyone would be interested, maybe for his audience, right? You know what I'm saying? But for me and my audience, why on earth would I ever want to be on his content? That's the intellectual level of the shit that he puts out. That's the people who watch his shit. That's what they're watching. Like, wow, no. People who watch my content are not going to want to care about that. I would recruit 0 viewers being interviewed by that man. You understand? And again, there's a market for that. That's fine. Anyone who watches it, enjoy. It's not for me. It's not for my audience. Why would I want to interview with someone whose interview style doesn't match the style that I would like? And I don't think I'm going to gain anything to be interviewed by that guy. Right? Right?